As soon as I stepped off the shuttle onto the alien planet of Vortana, I knew I was in for an adventure. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation and a hint of something different. The landing pad was bustling with all sorts of beings, some familiar and others completely alien. My name is Cassian Thorne, and I was on a mission to discover the culinary wonders of this strange world. "Welcome to Vortana, Mr. Thorne," boomed a voice behind me. I turned to see a large, bear-like creature with soft golden fur and a friendly smile. "I'm Grug, your guide. I've been assigned to show you the finest dining experiences our planet has to offer." "Thank you, Grug," I said, shaking his massive paw. "I'm eager to see what Vortana has in store." As we made our way through the bustling market streets, I marveled at the variety of foods on display. From vibrant fruits that glowed with an inner light to sizzling meats cooked over open flames, the sights and smells were intoxicating. "First stop, the Glimmering Grove," Grug announced, leading me to a quaint, tree-covered area filled with twinkling lights. "This is where you can sample our famous luminescent lychis." I picked up a lychee, its skin glowing softly in the dim light. Taking a cautious bite, I was instantly hit with a burst of flavors, sweet, tangy, and something entirely new. "Wow, this is incredible," Grug chuckled. "I knew you'd like it. Our lychees are grown using a special bioluminescent technique that enhances their flavor and makes them glow." As we continued our tour, Grug introduced me to more Vortanian delicacies. There were spore shakes, made from fermented fungi and packed with probiotics, and crunchy krillets, deep-fried insect larvae that were surprisingly tasty. "So, Grug," I said between bites of a particularly succulent krillet, "how did Vortana develop such a unique culinary scene?" "Well, Cassian," Grug began, "our planet has a rich history of agricultural innovation and a deep respect for nature. We've always believed that food should be not only nourishing, but also a delight to the senses." I nodded, impressed by their philosophy. "I have to say, it's working. Every dish I've tried has been a delightful surprise." As evening fell, Grug led me to a grand pavilion where the main event of the night was about to begin, the Vortanian Feast of the Moon. The pavilion was adorned with colorful banners and filled with tables laden with food. "Ah, the guest of honor has arrived," a voice called out. I turned to see a tall, elegant Vortanian with iridescent scales and a regal bearing. "I am Queen Seraphina, and I welcome you to our feast." "Thank you, Your Majesty," I replied, bowing slightly. "It's an honor to be here." Queen Seraphina smiled warmly. "Please, join us at the head table. Tonight, we celebrate not only the bounty of Vortana, but also the unity of our people." As we took our seats, a group of Vortanian musicians began to play a hauntingly beautiful melody. The first course was served, a delicate soup made from silverleaf blossoms, which shimmered as it was poured into our bowls. "This is truly magical," I said, savoring the soup's subtle flavors. "I've never experienced anything like it." "That's the beauty of Vortanian cuisine," Queen Seraphina said with a twinkle in her eye. "It's not just about taste, but also the experience." The feast continued with dish after dish, each more exquisite than the last. There was fire fruit, which crackled and smoked as it was sliced, and starlight sorbet, which seemed to capture the essence of the night sky in every bite. As the evening drew to a close, I felt a deep sense of gratitude for the hospitality and generosity of the Vortanian people. "Thank you for this unforgettable experience," I said to Queen Seraphina. "I will cherish these memories forever." "We are honored to have shared our culture with you, Cassian," she replied. "May your journey be filled with wonder and delight." As I boarded the shuttle back to my ship, I couldn't help but reflect on the incredible journey I had just experienced. Vortana had shown me that food is more than just sustenance. It's a celebration of life, a bridge between cultures, and a source of endless discovery. Grug, I said, turning to my guide. I think Vortana has changed the way I see food forever. Grug grinned. That's the magic of our world, Cassian. Every meal is an adventure. And with that, I knew my culinary journey had only just begun. There were countless worlds out there, each with its own flavors and stories waiting to be discovered. And I, Cassian Thorne, was ready to explore them all. The next morning, I woke up feeling a mix of excitement and curiosity. The sun was rising over Vortana, casting a warm glow across the landscape. I couldn't wait to see what other culinary wonders awaited me. Grug had promised a day filled with exploration and taste tests, and I was eager to dive in. Good morning, Cassian. Grug greeted me with his usual enthusiasm. Ready for another day of gastronomic delights? Absolutely, I replied, my stomach already growling in anticipation. What's on the agenda for today? We're starting with a visit to the floating gardens, Grug said. It's a beautiful place where you'll get to try some of our freshest produce, straight from the vines. The floating gardens were a sight to behold. Suspended in midair by a network of bioluminescent vines, the gardens were a vibrant tapestry of colors and scents. As we walked through, Grug plucked a bright blue fruit from one of the vines and handed it to me. Try this, he said with a smile. It's called a skyberry. I took a bite, and the fruit's flavor exploded in my mouth. It was sweet and juicy, with a hint of tartness that made my taste buds dance. This is amazing, I said, savoring each bite. Grug nodded. The skyberries are a favorite here. They're not only delicious, but also packed with nutrients. As we continued our tour, we encountered a group of Vortanian farmers tending to the gardens. One of them, a petite creature with emerald green skin and delicate wings, introduced herself as Liara. Welcome to our gardens, Liara said, her voice melodic and soothing. We take great pride in cultivating these plants and ensuring they thrive. It's a beautiful place, I said, admiring the lush greenery around us. How do you manage to keep everything floating like this? It's all thanks to the bioluminescent vines, Liara explained. They have special properties that allow them to levitate, and we use them to support our gardens. It's a delicate balance, but it creates an environment where our plants can flourish. After sampling more of the garden's bounty, including sunfruit and stardew melons, we moved on to our next destination, the underwater grottos. As we descended into the crystal-clear waters, I was mesmerized by the vibrant coral formations and the schools of shimmering fish that swam around us. This is the perfect place to try some of our seafood delicacies, Grug said, as we reached an underwater restaurant. The chefs here are renowned for their skill and creativity. Our first dish was a plate of lumifish, a local delicacy that glowed with a soft blue light. The fish was tender and flavorful, with a delicate texture that melted in my mouth. This is amazing, I exclaimed, relishing the dish. I've never tasted anything like it before. The lumifish are a rare species found only in the waters of Vortana, Grug explained. They're known for their bioluminescence, which gives them their unique glow. As we continued our meal, we were joined by the head chef, a tall, slender Vortanian named Rylor. He greeted us with a warm smile and a flourish of his fin-like arms. Welcome to my restaurant, Rylor said. I hope you're enjoying the flavors of Vortana. Everything has been wonderful, I replied. Your dishes are truly a work of art. Thank you, Rylor said with a nod. We take great pride in our culinary traditions and strive to create an unforgettable experience for our guests. As the day drew to a close, I reflected on the incredible journey I had been on. From the floating gardens to the underwater grottos, Vortana had shown me a world of culinary delights that I never could have imagined. Grug, I said, as we made our way back to my ship, this has been an unforgettable experience. I can't thank you enough for showing me the wonders of your world. It was my pleasure, Cassian, Grug replied with a smile. Remember, the universe is full of incredible flavors and experiences. All you have to do is keep exploring. And with that realization, I understood my culinary journey was just beginning. There were endless worlds out there, each with unique flavors and stories waiting to be uncovered. And I, Cassian Thorne, was determined to delve into every one of them.